So I really wish I had recorded this game. This is very interesting. As you can see, I decided to go KJF in this game. We're at round 6. I just took Tokyo with the United States. The reason I went for KJF is a combination of the Soviets had a really good round, which usually you'd want to go KGF. But the Germans got C-Zone 11, and that really stinks. The Japanese didn't go for Pearl Harbor. So I decided, let's just go KJF, and let's just go as fast as we can to get United States into the game, and that's what happened. Now, my going for Tokyo here was very interesting, because I think I had a 60% chance. It wasn't great odds. The thing is, I'm looking at Germany. He's got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 that he can bring down on 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I decided to leave these units here to make it as tough on him as possible. And then I went for the long shot, and it worked. It worked, and I will admit, I had slightly lucky dice in that battle. The reason Moscow is in the shape that it's in is because he was going for a tank rush. He kept leaving piles of tanks laying around, and I was strafing them, and in one strafe, the strafe went poorly, and I was upset, and I clicked keep going. I clicked go on, which I should not have done, and I ended up losing a couple of tanks and my 2 fighters. And now here we are. 2 tanks and 2 fighters would almost make this impossible for him. But here we are. As you can see, he took my UK fleet out. But since he only had 2 aircraft left that could hit C-Zone 8, I decided I did have 1 transport left. So I built the battleship to defend the transport. I felt the battleship was better than 2 destroyers, and I couldn't really get an aircraft carrier. So we'll see what happens with that. With my USA buy, I did not build a factory in Borneo. I had taken Borneo last round on a suicide. And the fact that that transport and those 2 units were left was the reason I was able to take Tokyo. I think it was a mistake for him to build 2 battleships too. He built 2 battleships to try and stop me from taking Tokyo. That was a mistake. 1 destroyer would have been plenty. Or even just a pile of infantry might have been best. But I did not build the industrial complex because I now have a fleet. I dropped a fleet in C-Zone 11. So very interesting. I also, as you can see, I blitzed West Russia. I'm not going to touch Japanese territory for now. These are all dead territories. So I have to figure out when do I take them, because I do have to take them. And I guess it'll be okay to take these in the east and leave these in the west for now. Very interesting, very interesting. Might be the most interesting game I've had in quite a while. So I wanted to share it with you. It's been about a half hour. He has not come back online, so we're going to have to wait till later. So we'll come back on for UK round 6. So now we're at Japan round 6, awaiting for him to take his turn. I didn't record UK round 6, so let's see what happened. Go over Germany, see what he did. 3 tanks, 3 infantry, 2 artillery, a fighter. West Russia. He tried to get something with that submarine. It didn't work out. Took Moscow. We could see that. 1 tank remaining. And Northwest Europe he took with no losses. These are his non-combat moves. Caucasus, Germany, Baltic, France. And he mobilized here. Here. And here. And then I, as the UK, purchased a destroyer, a transport, 4 infantry, and a tank. I took the East Indies. The East Indies is definitely safe from the Germans being able to take it back. Because one thing I am going to be careful of is allowing the Germans to obtain more income from this Japanese land. I outproduce them as is. So my goal should probably be to reinforce this IC and reinforce, capture and reinforce this IC, and maybe take some of the coastal land for a little extra income and try and get either Berlin or Moscow back. One or the other. I must hold India, I must hold Africa, I must get rid of this little threat down here. France, I attempted to see if I could eliminate the 2 units and it didn't work out. I eliminated an infantry at the cost of 2 infantry. And Burma was abysmal. I just couldn't get the hits. And that's unfortunate because we have to be careful of this little army here. He might be able to produce 4 and be able to come down to India. We have to defend India. We can't let him get India. Essentially, the United States is going to start working like Japan. We're just going to have these transports and we're going to load them and ship them over to China. China. Alright, I put the tank in Egypt. From Libya, I decided I wanted to keep it in Egypt to be able to assault this infantry if it comes up. It could also assault Persia if needed. Move the artillery to Congo. Move this my submarine as close to his transport as possible. I could never catch it if it runs away. Consolidated my infantry in Western Australia. Maybe I'll pick them up in the future. I put a destroyer with the battleship to make it a much more formidable force. Put a couple infantry in the UK and a few infantry out of India. So now we await his Japanese round. He cannot produce anything. We do have a task ahead of us, because Germany is strong, and Germany can produce a lot. We should be able to outproduce them, no problem. And we have them in firepower right now. So this is interesting. This is interesting to see how this will turn out. So stay with us. There is more to come. All right, here we are. We have a lot of loot. But how much loot does he have? Well, he's got 63. He doesn't have that much. He didn't get that much from Moscow. So this should be an Allied victory as long as everything goes right. He does control all this land and these 2 industrial complexes. I must get this Manchurian complex this round. Let's see what the Japanese did. They attempted India. Moved 2 tanks into Szechuan from Manchuria. So he made it easier for me to get Manchuria, actually. His best bet might have been to just make it difficult for me, because now I can take this transport and attempt Philippines while I use these 3 transports. Oh, I have no units. Never mind. Oh, never mind. I can only bring 3 units here. Okay. Alright, so maybe no Manchuria this round. That kind of stinks. Well, let's see. So we do have 4 transports. So we can get 8 and a fighter. And then for this side of the world, we could start building aircraft. So we do have to watch out for that. I need another... Let's get another transport. And a few more infantry. Let's get another bomber. And another fighter. Another fighter for this aircraft carrier. Should I get another destroyer? No, not right now. We could do that later. Just save this 18. So let's attempt the Philippines. Take these 3 units, these 2 fighters. The battleship and the cruiser. There is no aircraft in range. We do have to watch in the future of him bringing aircraft within range. 3, 4, 5. If I don't get the Philippines, this bomber can reach. The bomber can reach C-Zone 60. We have to look out for that. We have to defend everything accordingly. I think that'll be it for now. See, these US bombers, what could they do? They can hit Manchuria. I can get 3 land units and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 aircraft in there. Let's just wait till next round. Let's not lose aircraft trying to take this. We'll wait till next round. We'll bring the bombers over. Maybe we'll send one in the other direction. I just bought a new one. Or we could just produce it in the east. Alright, let's go. That's my only assault. Philippine Islands. One bombardment hits. No hit packs. Nice. All 3 survive. So I actually bought a couple extra land units. That'll be alright. That'll be alright. Let's see. Battleship, cruiser, and 2 transports. They can't reach that anyway. C-Zone 60, they can't reach. Leave all this stuff here anyway. Submarines have no real use anymore. I guess, you know what we could do is get these subs down this way and start heading them through the strait, and perhaps we can trap this transport. It's only got 1 unit to move around, but it can keep picking off these little African territories. It'll be a pain in the ass, like a little buzzing bee. There's really no point in moving this fleet. I have no units to transport. I can't even get like an AA gun up here. Let's land the bomber in UK. 2 in Japan. Alright, I'm going to continue to mobilization. Put another bomber in Japan. Aircraft there. Aircraft for that aircraft carrier here. A new transport. Four of the infantry here. And then the other 8, we only needed 6. Or even 5, but we have 8. So. Oh, we can only put 7 there. Oh, now it's all messed up. Here, let's put them here in the east. Alright. Germany's up. There is no UK, there is no Soviet Union units left to move. So let's see, this guy is online. Let's give him a minute. See what he does. Okay, I guess I see what he moved 2 tanks here for into Szechuan. Alright, before I said that that was silly, that he should have used it to hold Manchuria. What he was doing was, just in case I got Manchuria, he knew I would only have a land unit left if I sacrificed aircraft. So these 2 tanks might have been able to take it back. So that was actually a good move. I like that. And he doesn't seem to be coming back on, so we'll just have to wait. I'll see you next round.